Helldivers 2 is the best video game I have played in the last 10 years. Yes, quite a bold statement considering I have played some amazing games in that span of time, but there are some key aspects of the game that are unlike any other right now. First off, I need you to understand I did not want to play Helldivers 2 when it first came out. Over the last 6 years as a creator, I got so tired of all the overhyped games that would explode in popularity for a day and then be utterly forgotten by the weekend. I'm very conscious about how I spend my money on games, and personally, I would prefer to pay for a game once and hopefully get years of value out of it. I thought Helldivers was going to be just another fad in the lineup until people I normally didn't hear from started reaching out to me and saying I needed to check this game out. That alone piqued my curiosity until I saw actual gameplay clips. I don't know how to describe it, but the game felt like something I had subconsciously been hoping for years. In fact, if you look at my Twitch emotes, they look like Helldivers before Helldivers was even a thing. The gunplay, science fiction themes, armor, and cinematic elements all looked incredibly amazing. Did that convince me to buy the game then? No, I still wouldn't budge. I thought, we'll see if there's anyone still playing a month into the game's lifespan. That is, until one fateful Ready or Not stream where my chat and I were talking about the game. I mentioned that the game looked cool, but I wasn't fully convinced to spend the money. At that moment, 12089 NC, a chatter and friend I've known since elementary school, dropped the donation and told me to give the game a shot. At this point, I knew I was going to be playing Helldivers. From the very moment I watched the opening cinematic, I was hooked. The cool-looking armor, Halo-style drop pods, and sound design in the game was everything I had been craving for in a video game for years at this point. But there was one very specific element that made me appreciate the game even more deeply. No required microtransactions. Growing up, when a game was fun, you enjoyed grinding it. You wanted to master every skill, find every secret because you would be rewarded for it. Unlike most competitive shooters now that punish you and then require you to pay to experience more punishment just with nicer outfits, Helldivers rewards you for succeeding in the game. That is what satisfying gaming feels like to me. Speaking of competitive games, I needed a break from them. I coached high school and competitive Rainbow Six Siege for about 4 years. I had been playing comp shooters since 2006, and one of the challenges I consistently ran into with those games was the skill gap between my friends and I. Halo, Rainbow Six, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Valorant, most of the people I enjoyed spending time with were just not at the skill or interest level where I could enjoy playing without getting extremely frustrated. Finally, I had found a game that we could all enjoy without raising my blood pressure. And thank goodness for crossplay. Because of Helldivers, I'm now spending more time with friends and family who now have a shared love of fighting for Super Earth. Of course, with any good thing comes the ugly, and I will touch on that in a second. I just want to yap for a moment about how happy I am that the game celebrates the player's choice in playstyle. I made a joke back when the game first came out that it would be so cool if there were stealth and silenced weapons. My comment was tongue-in-cheek at the time, so you can imagine how far my jaw dropped when I saw the redacted regimen warbond, which I now use religiously to solo Super Helldive missions. The fact that I, a Splinter Cell player, do not have to use napalm every 3 minutes on the enemy, but my cousin can if he chooses, and this can all work in harmony in the same game session is just everything I could possibly ask for. Okay, so the not so good parts. Initially, what made the game so awesome was the community. The shared inside joke that we are all fighting for democracy when the entire point is that Super Earth is a fascist expansionist regime. People were just playing, having fun, and the experience was about cooperating with your fellow Helldiver. Somehow, the player base has turned the game into Rainbow Six, where if you don't play perfectly, they will friendly fire or boot you from the session. I remember getting booted from a game just because I healed someone. The person I healed was the one that booted me. Another time, a player took me out right before extraction because he was upset with the way I placed my sentries. Brother, It's a PvE game where you are shooting literal bots. It's not that serious. There are almost zero stakes in this game, in the same way that stressing out over hitting gold in Rainbow Six is not going to drastically improve your life. Whenever a game becomes popular, it attracts people from the top and bottom of the totem pole. And boy, are those bottom tier people noticeable. Despite those qualms, I absolutely love the game. If you're a fellow Helldiver, either leave a comment or join our Discord because I would love to play with you sometime. I welcome you to share your own experiences with the game, good or bad, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Come hang out with me live if you ever want to chat.